Are you ready to maximize your time and your Trello board? Then let's talk Trello labels. I'm going to show you 5 different ways that you can get Trello labels working for you and your business. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Holly and I help optimize your technology. Click subscribe to stay up to date with my latest content. Labels are a feature on Trello that allows users to categorize and organize their cards on their Trello boards by color or by pattern. Here are my 5 ways that you can get Trello labels working for you. Number 1, assign a label to a person or team. If you are collaborating on a board with others, it's really important to know whose card is whose. So you can edit labels and you can assign them to each person. For example, this is mine, and then the finance overhaul is going to be run by Christine. Alternatively, if this is a board that is just got you on it, but you've got other tasks and other projects that are being overseen by people in your team or other departments, even if they're not on the board with you, this is a really, really good way to make sure you're on top of who is doing what and when. Number 2, use the good old traffic light system. Here we have the good old red, amber, green traffic light system. So what we've got here is you've got in process, to do and complete. And it just quite simply shows you what you've got to start work on, what's ongoing, obviously what's done. So if we take a look at Joe Blogs from T Consulting, that's actually a complete task. So on this board, I have a complete list, and I'm going to make sure that that is coded as green because that has done. And then Joe Blogs from T Consulting, I've heard from him with the response I needed, and that can go in there as well. So you could then link this up to other boards and make sure you're managing your time effectively, but it's a really simple way for you to see what's going on. If you are running a troubleshooting process or a troubleshooting board for your team, this is the best way to manage that troubleshooting board, and I'll be talking more about that in my next video. Number 3, use labels to code by the length of the task. Time management can be really tricky, but Trello is really great at helping with this. So in these labels, I've done it by time. So I've got 0 to 20 minutes, 20 to 40 minutes, 40 to 60 minutes, and an hour plus. Now, what is brilliant is, let's say one of your meetings has just got cancelled and you've got 20 minutes spare, you can go through and filter that. So even though I may not be doing the new seating plan for Brian today, if I've got an extra 20 minutes available, I could do that. If not, it's just a really, really useful way to see how long everything is going to take. But if you're anything like me, you'll assign stuff to be an hour and actually only takes half an hour. But a really great way to make sure you can get on top of all of your tasks and be really good at your time management. Number 4, use labels to differentiate between your different categories of work. You may want to organize your time by different departments, e.g. how much time you spend on marketing or ops or finance or sales. Really useful to organize your time, especially if you want to track how much of your work is taken up by certain things. And number 5, use labels to highlight which tasks are a priority. So when filtering by priority, I use these labels: urgent, non-urgent, long-term, and has set date. So everything in my to-do today is urgent, which is good. When I have a task and a label that is obviously has set date, this means that I know I'm not going to get a response on something until a specific time, or I'm not going to be able to action it till that point. So I know that my finance overall project, there's a meeting about that next week. So there's no need for me to action anything until that point. So that is how I use priority labels. So there we go, 5 different ways to use Trello labels. What questions do you have about how to use Trello? Please leave a comment below and I will get those answered, and they'll be turning into future videos. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with my latest content, and I'll see you next time.